Good day to you. This is teacher Leland Alejandro, and we're going to do a domain and range for linear functions. Domain and range for linear functions. Now, the domain is actually the entire possible set for the input, which is usually represented by the variable x. And then the range is for all possible values of output, and that is represented usually by the y variable. Now, to start with, we shall use examples from our graphing utility program. We shall try to see that from here. All right. This is our graphing utility program you can use, the desmos.com, and you can do your graphs here. So we shall try to put some line graphs, okay? All right, to see the graph, we shall just type the equation there. Let's say we choose a positive sloping line. Okay, let's say we have y is equal to 2/3 x plus 4. Okay, you can recall your slope intercept form, and this is that particular form of equation of line. Now, notice it has a positive slope, and it slopes downward to the left. Now, we're now going to talk about not the nature of the graph, but the domain, the possible values for x. If you observe the line and its definition from geometry, the line extends infinitely on both sides, opposite direction. So for the possible values of x, it will be all values of x, okay? From the very negative to 0 and for the very positive. So this will be the set of all real numbers. So this will be the domain, and we shall just type it, okay, so that you can see it from your screen. All right, the domain for this, all possible values of x. So we shall just say x will be having input, okay, and these possible inputs will be the set of all real numbers there. That's for our domain. Now, how about the possible y? So for each value of x, there will be a corresponding y. And you can see it from your graph also. You see the line extends going up. So it's possible to have all positive y's. And going down, okay, that means you can have also as possible outputs, all negative values downwards. And so our range for this line function, linear function, okay, our range, that is also the set of all real numbers. There. Okay, so let's have another example. So how about a linear function with a negative slope? Let's say we have a negative slope. Say y is equal to negative 4/5 x plus, say it passes to -1. Yeah. Okay. All right. This is also in a slope intercept form of a line. And notice the graph, it slopes downward to the right. So the function is decreasing for increasing value of x. And the domain, let's talk about the domain for this line, okay? The domain is, again, all possible values of x. So this will be the set of all real numbers. There. And of course, the range is the same, okay? All possible values of y will include all real possible numbers, okay? Real numbers. So this will be our range. Again, the definition of range is the corresponding values for each value of x, the corresponding output, okay? So it will be the set of all real numbers. And then we can proceed to another function, okay? And we can make use of a constant function, okay? Now, how about a constant function equation? Okay, we shall try to see how it looks like. Say we remove this. All right, let's try a constant function. Say y equals 3. There. Now, you can see a perfect horizontal line. Okay, that means the possible inputs will still be all possible x values. Okay, so the set of all real numbers, but you can see the only value is a positive 3. That's why it's called a constant function. So for a constant function, the graph is a perfect horizontal line. So this is called constant function. And how about the domain and range? Okay, the domain, of course, all values of x is possible. So set of all real numbers. That will be the possible input. And how about the output, the range? Of course, this is a constant function, and the range, of course, a unique value 3. For any x, it's always 3. For any value of x, it's 3. So it's a constant function. So this is the domain, and this is the range. Now, some real-world explanation I can show you here. We shall go back to our linear models. Okay, we still remember this in one of our discussions. So we have here the linear model word problems. Write an equation in slope-intercept form to model each situation. Okay, if you can recall our answer here, you can actually recall it. We actually use the variable r for the rent amount. And this one is a slope of $2 for every 1 hour. So this is 2 times t, and this rental system starts with a $20 fee at the starting time. Now, how about our variable for a domain, and how about our variable for our range? Okay, our input here is the time, and then it computes to get the rent. How about the domain? Okay, for the domain here, we will not consider negative time. Time will always be starting with 0, going up to a positive time. So our domain will be t, okay, greater or equal, okay, so that will be greater or equal to 0 there. Greater or equal to 0. So we can start with 0 and then higher. Remember, we cannot use a negative time. So the possible values here starts with 0, going to some possible positive value. How about the possible range? Okay. Now the range starts with, of course, $20. Okay. That corresponds to 0. Okay. At 0 time, you pay 20. And then as you use your bicycle for hours, for every hour you add $2. So the rent, of course, will be greater, again, or equal to $20. Okay, there. So it's greater or equal to 20. That will be the possible range value. Okay, that goes to our first number. Let's consider the second number. All right, let's consider the second. All right, let's consider the second. Okay, we move to our number 2. All right, we'll just recall the second problem here and its answer, okay, before. So I believe we have used C and T, okay? Our C is the output variable and time is the input variable. So if you can recall our answer, we will just type it here. This will be for the cost or charges, and this has a positive slope also, and that will be 25 to 1, okay? $25 for every 1 hour. So this is 25t and the starting amount at time 0 is 50 there. And so we can determine our domain. The domain, all right. Time starts with 0. Remember, we don't have a negative time. So this time starts with 0 or higher, okay? So this may be greater or equal 0. There. And the range, we have the cost, and at time 0, that corresponds to 50. So C may be greater or equal 50. There. It can go higher than 50, but it cannot go lower than that, okay? Because we will not use a negative time. So this will be the domain. It's from 0 time, 0 hour, up to some higher positive time. And then our cost or charges starts with 50 or higher. So our range is greater or equal to 50. Okay, next, we shall consider the next problem. All right, let's consider the next. We shall be doing the third. Okay, here's the third. All right, if you can recall, the output for this starts with 6 inches and then it goes down to a flat candle. That means 0 height, okay? So again, in these values, we will not have negative height, we will not have negative time. So you can possibly imagine your domain and range. So for our answer, we shall recall the equation that we had before, okay? So this starts with H. This has a negative slope because the output goes down. It's a decreasing function. So this is negative 1/2, if you can still recall it, and I placed it this way, the negative 1/2 times time, and then plus the starting height 6 inches there. Okay, so our domain will be the possible input, and that will be for the time. Again, this will be the domain, and our time starts with 0 or positive higher value. So this will be greater or equal to 0 there. So these are the possible inputs, 0 time and up to some possible positive in positive value of hours. All right, so our range, this starts with 6 inches, okay? And lower, okay? So this will be in between 0, okay? In between 0 and 6 only, okay? So how do we write that? That will be starting from 0 and then greater or equal. It will be hard to type it, okay? So greater or equal H, and then of course this will be, of course, this will now be 6 there. Greater or equal to 6 there. Something like this. Now we will have to extend it. There, it's like this. Now to write it in symbols, actually, I hope I don't erase it. All right, in symbols, let's see if my pointer works today. The range is actually just like 0, and then you have the H in between there, and you have the 6 here. All right, and of course this is like this, there, okay? That explains everything. So it's something like this. There, okay. All right, so that's it. the range of the height is in between 6 and 0. There will be no negatives here, okay? So this is how to interpret this physically, okay? All right, this is the physical application. All right, let's have the next one for more examples. All right, let's proceed to number 4. All right, let's consider the fourth. Okay, here's the fourth. Going back to the temperature problem, okay, we'll just recall the equation for this. All right, I believe we have used capital T for the temperature. And then we have a negative slope here because the tendency of the temperature is to get colder. Okay, so this is -2 times time plus the initial temperature at 15 degrees there. So how about the domain? All right, the domain, of course, we don't have a negative time, of course. So this will be T greater or equal to 0, yes. And then our range, it will be the capital T temperature, which is of course something that will be lower than this one, okay? Lower, but it can be equal at the starting time. So this will be less or equal 15. Yeah. Remember, we can have a negative temperature, okay, below 0. So that would have a lower than 0 value. So we can just write capital T less or equal to 15 degrees. Okay, it's possible to have a negative value for temperature. So that will be the answer. So you just have to interpret that less or equal, okay? And I can show you if this thing works again, this pointer, this is something like T less or equal to 15. There, okay? All right, there. Temperature can be less or equal to 15. There. Okay, that goes to our number 4. And let's have our last problem. Okay, let's have the 5th. Okay, let's say we have the 5th over here. Computer technician charges $75 for a consultation plus $35 per hour. So the $35 here is the slope. And this one is a positive slope. This one is an increasing function. And the equation, if I could recall it, that is cost is equal to a positive slope 35 times time plus the initial amount at time 0, 75. And we can readily see the domain and range here. So the domain, of course, time should be a small letter, and then this is greater or equal 0. There. And then we have the range. The range is actually for the initial value of the cost at time 0, we have 75. So we have 75 or higher. So cost could be greater or equal to 75. There. That should be the domain and range for these problems. So usually we omit negative values for real world applications. Okay, so I hope you were able to learn something from these examples. We will have to do other types of functions later. So this will be all for now. Bye-bye. I hope you were able to learn something.